Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. This kind of continues off of the Richard Petty 75th Win diecast from the 75th Win collection of NASCAR Authentics. This is Earnhardt with his 75th Win from 2000. So, this one is also on the blurry decals, just like the Richard Petty was. So it's going to be a little rough, because, one, I love Earnhardt. Earnhardt was like the man growing up, you know what I mean? I never got to see Earnhardt race, which sucks. I really wish I could have. But I know my dad and his dad loved Earnhardt. Like, that was like their thing. That's who they rooted for back in the day. And it was just like, you know, it was something always, it's always like every dad is like an Earnhardt fan. You know what I mean? It's just, it's cool to have Earnhardt back in the Authentics. But I don't think we've had an Earnhardt diecast since not Winter Circle, since Spin Master, back when, you know, whenever they were doing some diecast. But at the same time, I don't even know how they pulled this off. Probably because there's no actual like licensing, and they still use the number 3 because of Richard Childress. So, and they could do like Earnhardt tributes before that had the same type of thing. But I mean, I guess as long as it wasn't like a full on, you know, in like as long as they didn't say like the Intimidator or you know, stuff like that on it, I guess Teresa couldn't do anything about it. So either way, still we got licensing here for this diecast. Again, I don't know how they pulled it off, but they did. But they do have the blurry decals, which is unfortunate. So I kind of talked about how I felt about this wave with the Richard Petty review, about like they could have had like a winner card for like the stats of the race and stuff, because a lot of these newer fans aren't really going to understand like the importance of these drivers. They're not going to understand the legacy of these drivers. So of course Earnhardt's a little more well known than like Darrell Waltrip, which, I mean, I hate to say that, but when these younger kids, they're not going to know who Darrell Waltrip is in terms of a racer. They're going to know like he was like in the booth for a little while, you know, whatever. But they're going to know who Earnhardt is. They'll probably know, you know, who Richard Petty is, all that fun stuff. So, like, you know, it's just, it's hard to kind of, like, get all these diecasts in, like, a collector's view. It's hard to explain. But what I'm trying to say is these newer generation of fans isn't going to, like, understand these cars, I guess. I understand what Lionel is doing. I do think it is a good idea on paper, but when you go to actually execute it, you might want to add a little more patch notes to kind of fix them up. But either way, here is the Earnhardt packaging. Nothing crazy, just, you know, Earnhardt 75th anniversary collection or whatever. On the back here, there's the back. We've already kind of touched up on that with the haul and with the Petty review. So we're going to go ahead and get this diecast out of the box and take a closer look at this horribly ruined diecast, because again, it does have the blurry decals. Here's the diecast out of the box. Now again, as I kind of touched on earlier, this diecast, or this car, I guess, is from March 12th, 2000, which I believe was the Atlanta win, where he beat out Bobby Labonte with that like super close finish. So I do know that one. I didn't know the Richard Petty one, but I do know this one. So yeah, there's something at least. So on the hood, of course, we don't have like a good wrench or anything. This is NASCAR 75th anniversary, 1940 something. I'm assuming like 46 through 2023. Got the amazing interior detail there. I mean that lightly. I mean, there's a little bit of detail, but not a whole lot. Got the number 3 on the roof right here, nice and big. Love seeing that. March 12th, 2000. Again, the date of his 75th win. Right here on the back, we got Camaro. Number 3, Chevy. Of course, you got his little silver and red striping down on the bottom. Got the pop rivets on the spoiler back here. Whatever that is, it's hard to tell because it's got the blurred decals. Real Tree, I know that. Dale Earnhardt, Coca-Cola. Can't tell what that one is. Maybe Bass Pro down there. Can't tell what that one is either. Got the number 3. Of course, got the lines on the bottom, on top of the rocker box. Man, it's going to be hard to read all these, but we got NASCAR 2000, Ray Bestos, I think, 3M, 76, Holly, Comedic, Bowman, Gatorade, Autometer, Jessel, I think, Mechanics Wear, EA Sports, And that blue on the bottom, I don't remember what that one is. Goodyear. Clevite, maybe? Edelbrock. I don't know what that one is either on the bottom there, but I'll tell you what, man, this, it's unfortunate that this car is super messed up because of the blurry decals. We got the 76 logo there. I got the number 3. And of course, got the striping down on the bottom. But these headlights don't even match. Like, they don't go all the way around. They kind of stop a little before the indentions of the car. So that's nice. Good job, Lionel. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's how you got the licensing to actually get this thing produced. But it was the same with the Richard Petty car, even though the headlights did reach all the way across, which is kind of BS. I don't know why we couldn't have that on the Earnhardt car. Either way, it's just, I mean, I've seen so many custom makers make the Earnhardt car on like the Gen 6, Gen 7, stuff like that. I've seen people do that a lot. So, I mean, I'm kind of surprised they even did the fantasy thing. Lionel doesn't do fantasy stuff very often. Sometimes they will. I remember a couple years back when they did the, when Jeff Gordon retired, they had the Jeff Gordon Chase Elliott Rainbow Warrior / Napa scheme. That was a tribute. And then they had the same thing with Byron and Gordon whenever they did that for the whole tribute, like 24 Ever thing. I remember all that too. And then they had the Iron Man scheme from 2015 about Gordon. I think it was 2015 or 2014. I think it was 15 though. It had like, was it 786 or 785 on the roof? I guess that was like his starts or something. So they don't do like fictional cars or fantasy cars very often, but they will do them every now and then. But they will kind of pull stuff out like this. I mean, again, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's just the marketing could have been done a little better. The way the cars are actually like made and the packaging could have been better. Obviously, they were cutting costs, so I can't really blame them for not having any cards with, you know, like any type of detail or anything. So, or cards at all, actually. There was no cards, no stickers, no nothing. But nonetheless, I believe that'll be all for this diecast review. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.